6 years after 1992, we see yet another policy coming out in 1998. And the objectives of education of the 1998 policy are: promote universal elementary education so that children with incomplete education got at least one more chance to complete it. Again, a recurring theme, universal compulsory education. If policy after policy recommends that there should be universal compulsory free primary education, and again yet in a new policy we put it as our #1 objective, something is amiss. Why? Instead of repeating this, I think the important thing to do was, why is this not happening? Why are we not reaching that target for grades 1 through 5? Because that's what primary education really is. And so, addressing those questions of why and looking at the reasons and trying to overcome the reasons, I think would have been a step in the right direction. Again, like all other policies, Quranic, Islamic, and spiritual education is stressed, is to be an integral part across disciplines, no matter what you study. Schools, colleges, and even in undergraduate programs, which is your bachelor's level programs, these areas were to be focused on. After all, we were not very successful in letting our young people understand the Islamic ideology, the ideology of Pakistan, the nationalism that we wanted to see, and good human beings being turned out through school, college, and university education. Since that was not happening, we again see this come about in the 98 policy as well. Standard of technical education be raised to provide the professional and skilled people with more chances of employment. Professional education, yes, was being focused on, but technical education was not. And so the 98 policy recommends that we refocus on technical education and provide professional and skilled help so that when these people went out, they were able to find good, reasonable jobs for themselves and make a living out of it. After all, you know, it's not as if we don't need the electricians, or we don't need the plumbers, or we don't need the carpenters. We need these people also. If these people also had good, solid technical education, they could do much better work for us and earn a reasonable living and provide for themselves, their families, and for the nation as well. Teaching and research to improve, so that standard of education should be at least equal to that of the international standard, if not more. Again, we saw in the 92 policy a heavy focus on research in our universities, especially in the postgraduate and then the MPhil and the doctorate level. If research was to be done through quality, not with a focus on quantity, how many research papers have you published, and then there is a rat race among the professors. I produce 20, I produce 25, I produce 100. Really, it's not possible. If you do good quality research and you don't have to put your name on the research of all your students if you have not contributed to it. If you are only a supervisor, your name does not need to be there on that student's paper. You are doing your job supervising it. Why would you put your name on that student's research paper? So the quantity aspect has to come to an end, and the quality aspect of research work must be brought out if we are to be met at par with international institutions in the global research arena today.